How can we have thoughtful, productive, respectful conversations with people that we really strongly disagree with? One of the ways we have come up with doing that is an acronym, and the acronym is HERE. The H in HERE stands for hedging your claims, using words like sometimes, perhaps, some people, occasionally. It doesn't mean that you don't believe what you're saying, but what it does mean is that you recognize that there are exceptions to every rule. You recognize that nothing is true 100% of the time. And so using some hedging language tends to prevent your counterpart from wanting to point out those exceptions for you. The E in HERE stands for emphasizing agreement. When we talk about emphasizing agreement, we talk about finding areas of agreement that are sort of on a higher level than the specific thing you're disagreeing with. So, for example, if we're talking about COVID vaccines, or if we're talking about other policies that could apply broadly to the entire population, but some people feel like it may be, a violation of their autonomy, you might say, well, we both agree that we want our kids to be safe in school. Or we both agree that it's been a really hard 3 years. The A stands for acknowledging the other person's perspective. It's phrases like, I understand you are saying that, or it seems to me that your perspective is. The A can be a little bit tricky to do because people have a tendency to say, I hear you, and then proceed with their own argument. To do acknowledgement effectively, what you need to do is really restate what the other person said. So you're demonstrating with behavior that you truly actually heard them, because of course, if you didn't hear them, you wouldn't be able to say it back to them. Finally, the R in HERE stands for reframing to the positive. And reframing to the positive means using some positive emotion words and also mitigating the negation words. An example I like to give is, instead of telling people, I hate it when people interrupt me, please stop, I could say, I love it when people let me finish my sentences. Thank you for listening to me. That's the HERE framework. It's a really good way to remember the suggestions that we're offering when you're in that moment, when you're faced with a disagreeing view and you can't quite find the right words to disagree in sort of a civil manner.